Hi, everyone. We made it through another week. Great job. As we continue to practice social distancing and not interact with people outside of our own household, my question for you is this: who will be the first person that you hug when this crisis is over? I know for me it will be my mom. She had to celebrate her 80th birthday all alone, but she's really been a trooper and has been following the rules to stay in her home very strictly. So my brothers and sisters and I are looking forward to being able to celebrate with her after this is over. I know that all of us have people that we love who we are not able to see in person and people who are missing us. So let the thought of a reunion with those people be your motivator this week. But I have another question. How about the people in your household who you are now sharing quarantine time with? Do you want to miss them? Because maybe that will be your motivator. In terms of updates, I don't have a lot of new information to report. The governor did extend the stay home, stay safe order until the end of April, so this aligns very nicely with our decision to close the center until then. Our social isolation efforts appear to be paying off, so we have to stay diligent. As of yesterday, Michigan had 21,594 confirmed cases of COVID and 1,076 deaths. Although the majority of those cases are on the southeast side of our state, it doesn't mean that we're out of the water yet. For the 3 counties served by Life Circles, there are 130 confirmed cases and 5 deaths. Let's work really hard to make those be the last people that die from this. I know that the longer this drags on, the more likely we can become desensitized and get a little laxed on following social distancing guidelines. So please stay vigilant. Do not go out unless you absolutely have to. I found myself this morning very tempted to run into the office so I could use the copy machine scanner instead of the crappy one I have here at home. I reasoned with myself that I have not been around any people for almost 3 weeks, and I wouldn't be interacting with anyone in any close proximity at Tanglewood Park. But then I reminded myself that if everyone was to make little accommodations here and there, we would soon be contributing to the ongoing spread of COVID. So please remember that anytime you are out and about in our community, there are multiple touch points that place you at a greater risk of exposure. Make sure that the home visits that you provide are for essential reasons only. We are doing very good with PPE, so let's also remember to use PPE appropriately and follow all of the guidelines that we've provided for you. We want to make sure that we have enough. We're being very cautious and we plan for the worst and hope for the best. CMS announced that the annual health outcome survey that is mailed out to all PACE participants has been postponed until later this year. So we'll let you all know when a new date is determined. Lastly, please take a look at this illustration. The path to success is very rarely, I would argue never, what we see on the left-hand side. It's never a linear, steady, straightforward process. Think about it. Any successful endeavor is typically a scribbled back and forth mess, like we see on the right side. And that's exactly what we're experiencing right now with this COVID pandemic. We will succeed, but it just won't be a simple, clear process. Speaking of a scribbled back and forth road to success, the weather this weekend is supposed to be cold, so if you're looking for a Netflix recommendation, I highly recommend Unstoppable. It's an incredible story about Bethany Hamilton. She's the surfer who had her arm bitten off by a shark when she was 13. And regardless of your worldview or where you derive your sense of purpose and meaning, I guarantee this documentary will leave you feeling inspired and uplifted. If nothing else, you will love the amazing shots of the ocean and waves, as well as some breathtaking footage of some of our world's most incredible coastlines. And it also allows us to use the words sick and gnarly to describe something positive instead of descriptors of the nasty coronavirus. So check it out and hang loose and have a great weekend.